Hello dear students, today we are going to study metallic character, magnetic property and color property of transition metals. First we will see the metallic character. Transition elements exhibit all the characteristics of metals, that is, they are hard, lustrous, malleable and ductile. Apart from these, they have also high melting and boiling points. Except mercury, remaining all others are solids. Mercury is present in liquid state at room temperature. Now, the question is that why the transition elements exhibit the typical properties of metals. The exhibition of metallic properties by transition metals are due to presence of both metallic and covalent bonding together in these elements. First, we will see what is metallic bonding. मेटॅलिक बॉन्डिंग डिटेलमध्ये तुम्ही सॉलिड स्टेट या टॉपिकमध्ये स्टडी करणार आहात. शॉर्टमध्ये आपण इथे पाहूया. सी metals have low ionization enthalpies. That means the electrons which are present in the valency shell of an atom are loosely held by the nucleus. See, a transition metal atom supposed to have two parts. The first part is electrons which are present in the valency shell called valency electrons. And the rest of atom is known as kernel which is positively charged. ट्रान्झिशन मेटल ॲटममध्ये दोन पार्ट्स आहेत असं कन्सिडर केलं जातं. पहिला म्हणजे व्हॅलेन्सी शेलमधले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आणि दुसरा म्हणजे व्हॅलेन्सी शेलमधले इलेक्ट्रॉन सोडून राहिलेला पार्ट की ज्याला कर्नेल्स असं म्हटलं जातं, ज्याच्यावरती पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज असतो. इन अ सॉलिड metal atoms are very closely packed together and therefore the electrons which are present in the valency shell of an atom, they get overlap with the valency shell electrons of other metal atoms and they get delocalized. Delocalized electrons means they are not associated to only one particular atom. डिलोकलाइज्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हे एकापेक्षा जास्त ॲटमशी संलग्न झालेले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असतात. These delocalized electrons, instead of orbiting their respective metal atoms, they forms a sea of electrons which surrounds the positively charged kernels. See here, in this diagram, the mobile valency electrons, they are represented by red dot. These mobile electrons, they surrounds the positively charged kernels. Okay. So, metallic bonding means these are the strong electrostatic interactions between mobile valency electrons and positively charged kernels. Okay. Then the next, how covalent bonds are formed. When d orbitals containing unpaired electrons, they get overlap, then covalent bonds are formed. So, in general we can say that higher the number of unpaired electrons in ns or n-1 d orbitals, more will be metallic and covalent bonding. So, in first transition series, the number of unpaired electrons in n-1 d subshell increases up to the middle, that means up to the d5 configuration, and therefore the strength of the metallic bonding increases up to the middle. So, hardness, melting point increases up to the middle, that means up to the D5 configurations. That's why chromium of first transition series, molybdenum of second transition series, and tungsten of third transition series possess higher melting points. Okay. Then after D5 configurations, pairing of electrons starts. As the pairing of electrons starts, the number of unpaired electrons goes on decreasing, and both metallic as well as covalent bonding decreases. Therefore, melting point, boiling point also decreases. Okay. Then next, magnetic properties. See, under the influence of external magnetic field, substances shows three different types of behavior. Those substances which get repelled by external magnetic field, they are called diamagnetic. Those substances which are attracted towards magnetic field, they are paramagnetic. And those which are attracted very strongly towards the external magnetic field are ferromagnetic. Among the transition metals, iron, cobalt, nickel, they are the ferromagnetic transition metals. Okay. Now, see, actually each electron, it behaves as a micromagnet which having a definite magnetic moment, and the total magnetic moment of a substance is resultant of magnetic moment of all such individual electrons. Magnetic moment of electron is partly due to its orbital motion and partly because of its spin motion. इलेक्ट्रॉनची मॅग्नेटिक मुवमेंट ही त्याला त्याच्या दोन मोशनमुळं मिळालेली असते. एक म्हणजे त्याची ऑर्बिटल मोशन आणि दुसरी म्हणजे त्याची स्पिन मोशन. सी, in case of first transition series, the spin motion has much contribution towards the magnetic movement as compared to orbital motion, and therefore the magnetic moment is calculated from spin only formula as mu is equal to square root of n into n plus 2, where n means the number of unpaired electrons, whereas this mu means the magnetic moment which is expressed in the unit Bohr magneton. Thus, by calculating the number of unpaired electrons, we can also determine whether the given atomic species is diamagnetic or paramagnetic. If all the electrons in n-1 d subshell are paired, then the atomic species is diamagnetic. And if it contains unpaired electrons in n-1 d subshell, then it is paramagnetic. Okay, here two numericals are given here. First numerical is that calculate the spin only magnetic moment of trivalent cation of transition metal with atomic number 23. Solution is also given here. Electronic configuration of transition metal with atomic number 23 is as argon 3d3 4s2. तर आपल्याला एक्झाम्पलमध्ये ट्रायव्हॅलेंट कॅटायन ऑफ ट्रान्झिशन मेटल ॲटम विथ ॲटॉमिक नंबर 23 असं सांगितलेलं आहे. ट्रायव्हॅलेंट कॅटायन मीन्स दॅट कॅटायन कंटेन 3 पॉझिटिव्ह चार्ज, 3+ चार्ज. 3+ चार्ज म्हणजे त्या मेटल ॲटमकडून 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दिले गेले पाहिजेत. आता हे 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कुठले जातात बघा. एस सबशेलमधले 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जाऊन या ठिकाणी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन बनतं 4s0 त्याचबरोबर 3D सबशेलमधला अजून एक इलेक्ट्रॉन जातो आणि ह्या ठिकाणी 3D सबशेलचं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन बनतं 3D2. म्हणजेच जर डी सबशेलमध्ये आपण अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जर बघितले तर ते आपल्याला या ठिकाणी 2 दिसत आहेत, लक्षात घ्या, 2 अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. जर आपण एनची व्हॅल्यू 2 फॉर्म्युल्यामध्ये सबस्टिट्यूट केली तर आपल्याला इक्वेशन मिळतं म्यू इज इक्वल टू square root of 2 into 2 plus 2, which is equal to mu is equal to square root of 8, and the square root of 8 is equal to 2.84. So our answer is that the spin only magnetic moment of trivalent cation of a transition metal with atomic number 23 is 2.82 Bohr magneton. Okay. सो नंबर ऑफ अनपेअर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कॅल्क्युलेट करून आपण कुठल्याही मेटल ॲटमची किंवा मेटल आयनची मॅग्नेटिक मुवमेंट कॅल्क्युलेट करू शकतो. देन द सेकंड न्यूमेरिकल इज आयडेंटिफाय वेदर द फॉलोइंग स्पेसिस इज डायमॅग्नेटिक ऑर पॅरामॅग्नेटिक. वी हॅव गिवन Cu+1 ion. The electronic configuration of copper is as argon 3d10 4s1. The electronic configuration of Cu plus ion is, Cuच्या डोक्यावरती आपल्याला एक प्लस चार्ज दिसतोय, म्हणजे कॉपर मेटल ॲटमनी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन दिला पाहिजे. हा एक इलेक्ट्रॉन जो जाणार आहे तो एस सबशेलमधला जाणार आहे, लक्षात घ्या, 4s सबशेलमधला, आणि त्यामुळे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन बनणार आहे argon 3d10 4s0. आता 3D सबशेल जर तुम्ही पाहिली तर ती कम्प्लिटली फिलअप आहे 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्सनी. तिथे अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अजिबात नाहीत आणि त्यामुळं अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स नसल्यामुळं Cu+ हा आयन डायमॅग्नेटिक आहे. तर या प्रकारे नंबर ऑफ अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स 3D सबशेलमध्ये आहेत का नाहीत याच्यावरून तो आयन डायमॅग्नेटिक आहे का पॅरामॅग्नेटिक आहे हे आपण डिसाईड करू शकतो. ओके. देन नेक्स्ट, कलर ऑफ 3D ट्रान्झिशन मेटल आयन्स. Majority of transition metal compounds are colored both in solid state as well as in their aqueous solutions. The colored property of transition metal compounds are due to presence of unpaired electrons in n-1d subshell. This colored property can be explained with the help of crystal field theory. ही क्रिस्टल फील्ड थेअरी तुम्ही कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाऊंड या टॉपिकमध्ये स्टडी करणार आहात. आपण इथे थोडक्यात पाहूया. इनिशियली all the d orbitals of transition metal ions possess equal energy. See here the 5 d orbitals of transition metal atoms are given. They possess equal energy. But when ligand approaches towards the metal ion, ट्रान्झिशन मेटल आयनकडं जेव्हा लिगँड्स कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाऊंड फॉर्म करण्यासाठी येणार आहेत. आता लिगँड्स म्हणजे काय, तर लिगँड्स ह्या इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनर स्पेसिस आहेत की ज्या कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्डनी सेंट्रलच्या ट्रान्झिशन मेटल आयनला कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाऊंडमध्ये अटॅच झालेल्या असतात. ओके. So, when ligand approaches towards the metal ion, these 5d orbitals, they get split into two sets. 5d orbitals, they get divided into two sets. One set with lower energy is formed and the other set with slightly higher energy is formed. Okay. The energy required to promote the unpaired electron from lower energy set to higher energy set is very small, and such a small amount radiations corresponding to such a small amount of energy are available in the white light or visible light. So, when white light falls on such a transition metal compound, then radiations corresponding to certain color are absorbed by electron. An unpaired electron raised from lower energy set to the higher energy set. We will consider one unpaired electron in this lower energy set. When white light falls on the transition metal compound, then the radiations corresponding to specific color, they get absorbed by that transition metal compound, and this unpaired electron, it get promoted to higher energy set. Okay. Now see here, the unpaired electron in the higher energy set, it is unstable one. As it contains higher energy, it is unstable one. It again come back at the same time, it transmit or reflect radiations corresponding to specific color. That color is known as complementary color. आपल्याला ट्रान्झिशन मेटल कंपाऊंड हा या कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी कलरचा दिसतो. नोट दॅट द कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी कलर डिपेंड्स अपॉन द कलर विच इज absorbed. Okay, so this transition which takes place between the two sets of d orbitals, it is called as dd transition. Okay, so those ions which contain d1 to d9 configuration, they are colored one. Those ions which do not contain unpaired electron, that means which having d0 or d10 configuration, they are colorless one. So we can conclude that the color of transition metal ions are related to, first, presence of unpaired electrons in n-1d subshell. Second, the dd transition which we have studied in crystal field splitting. Next, nature of ligands attached to metal ion. And the last, geometry of the complex formed by the metal ion. The example of this fourth point, it is given here. When cobalt chloride is dissolved in water, it forms pink color solution of the complex COH2O6. This COH2O6 complex, it has octahedral geometry. But when this solution is treated with hydrochloric acid, it turns to deep blue color. This change in color is due to change in geometry. See here, when this complex is treated with hydrochloric acid, it forms another complex COCl4 2- which has tetrahedral structure. So octahedral geometry, it changes to tetrahedral geometry, and therefore here color change occur. So color of the complex compound, it also depends upon the geometry of the complex. And again, the color of the transition metal ions also occurs due to charge transfer spectra. The example of this point is MnO4 2- ion, which has intense purple color due to charge transfer spectra. Okay. Then next, this last slide, it contains the transition metal ions. Those transition metal ions which contain unpaired electron in n-1d, here 3d subshell, they are colored one. See here, for example, titanium 3+ ion. it contains one unpaired electron in 3D subshell. Therefore, it is purple color one. Whereas, see, zinc 2 plus ion, its 3D electronic configuration is as 3D10. Again, D subshell is completely filled up, no unpaired electron. Therefore, it is colorless one. म्हणजेच ज्या ट्रान्झिशन मेटल ॲटम किंवा आयनमध्ये N-1 डी सबशनमध्ये अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असतात ते मेटल ॲटम्स किंवा आयन्स हे कलर्ड प्रॉपर्टी दाखवतात आणि ज्यांच्यामध्ये N-1 डी सबशेल ही कम्प्लिटली फिलअप असते म्हणजेच अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अजिबात असत नाहीत ते मेटल ॲटम्स किंवा आयन्स हे कलरलेस असतात. So today we have studied the metallic character, magnetic property and color property of transition metal atoms. Thank you.